Another question I'm going to ask you. And again, you believe in the Quran, so I'm using the Quran because you believe it. Adam, when he was created without mother and father because he's the first man, right? When Adam was created,
correct.
He couldn't have a father and mother because he's the first man, correct?
Yeah.
So he could not have parents because if he had parents, then he's not the first man, right?
Exactly.
And Eve could not have a mother because she's the first woman. If she had a mother, then she wouldn't be the first woman, right?
Correct.
So because Adam's the first man, he could not have parents. And because Eve is the first woman, she could not have a mother. So we know because they were unique. They're the first creatures. The way they were created, they had to be created in a unique manner, correct?
Yes, yes.
Now, my question, I need you to listen though, because you're honest so far, and I respect honesty. After Adam and Eve, thousands of years of human reproduction took place. People are reproducing sexually. Why then interrupt the normal process of human reproduction? We didn't have modern technology. You'd have to sleep with a woman, get her pregnant. But then God all of a sudden intervenes and causes a woman, a virgin, to conceive supernaturally a male without sex. Why did God do that for Jesus? What was the reason?
That's a good question.
I don't know, but there's a lot of what's the word? Like it's talked about in a very high manner. Like he was the only one that's born of a virgin. He's like the only one that didn't die. That's the only one that's coming back.
Why?
Yeah, why? But you're making my case. I want to know why. Because he's the one. He alone is born a virgin. His mother's the only one mentioned by name in the Quran. You know this, that in the Quran, no other woman's mentioned by name except Mary. Mary even has a chapter named in her honor. And Mary is said to be the best woman Allah created, and he kept her pure. Why? Why is he doing this for Jesus' mother and no one else?
I don't know.
Exactly. You don't have the answer because the Quran is imitating the Bible without understanding the implication. Now, you're aware that in Sunni tradition, I'm just telling you, I don't want you to get upset. I'm going to play Sheikh Asim al-Hakim. Muhammad's mother, Amina, is in hell, and Muhammad's father, Abdullah, is in hell. That's a Sahih Muslim.
Yeah, those ones, yeah.
So, Muhammad, who's supposedly the greatest man, according to Muslims, they call him Al-Insan Al-Kamil, the perfect man. And he is Sayyid al-Mursaleen, the leaders of the sent one. He's supposed to be the greatest. And yet, we know in the Quran, there's sins that he is told to repent, and Allah rebukes him. And his parents go to hell. But Jesus, who's supposedly only a man, comes down from Allah, is the word of Allah, spirit of Allah. His mother's mentioned by name, and she's the greatest of all women. And he's going to return. And does that make you wonder why?
No.
You should start wondering, what is it about Jesus that even in my book, not the Bible, which I believe is corrupt, that's what the Muslims say. My book, he's the one who's sinless. My book, his mother is sinless. My book, his mother's the greatest woman Allah created. My book, he was born of a virgin, no one else. My book, he's the word of Allah sent down to Mary and a spirit from him. And he goes back to Allah. He went up to Allah. In Sunni tradition, mutawatir hadith, multiply attested narrations that are on the level of Quran. Because in Sunni Islamic theology, you can ask a sheikh that you don't think I'm making it up. When you have hadiths that are tawatur, multiply attested, they are in the same level of the Quran. You have mutawatir, multiply attested hadiths that say Isa is in heaven physically bodily, will come down physically bodily. So here we have Islam, Quran saying Allah took Isa to himself. He's going to come down physically and bodily. All of this said about Isa, and you still don't wonder why? Why is he this special and this honored? So for 2,000 years, you believe, if you're Sunni, Isa is with Allah above the seven heavens. Why? Why is he above the seven heavens with Allah?
No, it's a good point. I hear you. He has miracles that no one else had, like even, yeah.
Yeah, he not only miracles, he creates the same way Allah created Adam. I'm going to show you that. But I just want you to see, I'm not making it up. I want everyone to see. Where does it say Isa is with Allah. They'll say, no, he's in heaven. No. It says Allah took him to himself. Here it is. I'm going to show it from two versions. And Hilali Khan, they're Salafi Sunni Muslims, and they provide comments in brackets. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. But here, 4158, Yusuf Ali, nay, God raised him up unto himself, not to heaven. And here, but Allah raised him, Isa, up with his body and soul unto himself. That's literal Arabic. And he's in the heavens. And Allah is ever all powerful, all wise. And here, and remember when Allah said, "Oh Isa, I will take you and raise you to myself." Raise you to myself. So for 2,000 years, this Isa, whom you believe is Jesus, is with Allah above the seven heavens and no one else. What is he doing up there?
I couldn't tell you.